Okay, so when you think of an AI revolution, you probably picture some slick startup in Silicon Valley, right? Not a 42-year-old company that works with concrete and waterproofing. But what if I told you the most exciting AI story right now isn't happening in a server farm, but on the side of a 30-story building on the Gulf Coast? Let's dive into this. It's a fascinating story.
And you can see the massive shift we're talking about right here. For decades, this whole industry has run on experience, on gut instinct, but AI is totally flipping the script. We're going from manual inspections to AI-powered quality control, from just reacting to problems to actually predicting them before they even happen. It's a complete rewrite of the rules. So, who is this company at the heart of this big transformation? Well, let's get to know them. This is C-Sharpe, and they are not the new kids on the block. These guys are seasoned veterans. 42 years. Yeah, that's not a typo. That's how long they've been doing this. So, you know right away, this isn't some company just chasing a trend. This is a business with a really deep foundational understanding of their field. That number, it represents decades of hands-on, real-world experience. Their whole business is really built on these three pillars: review, repair, and restore. So from assessing a building's exterior to repairing its core structure and then protecting it from the elements, they do the whole shebang. And they specialize in really complex projects. Think occupied condos, hospitals, schools, places where you absolutely cannot afford to make a mistake. And all that deep experience means they also know the industry's biggest headaches, you know? They know them inside and out. These are the age-old problems that have been bugging construction and restoration for generations. I mean, just think about this for a second. How can a team of people, of human beings, possibly inspect every single square inch of a massive building and catch every tiny little flaw? It's a monumental task, and, human error is almost a given. And then, of course, there's the money. Estimating how much a project is going to cost is famously difficult. A tiny miscalculation on materials or labor can just spiral into huge budget overruns. That's a ton of stress for the company and for the client. And most importantly, safety. A restoration site is a dynamic, high-risk environment. How do you make sure every single person is following the rules all the time across a huge, multi-level work site? These are the really tough questions. And C-Sharpe's answer to all these old problems is a very new, very powerful set of tools. So let's take a look at their AI blueprint for tackling these exact challenges head-on. They've identified 5 key areas where AI can make the biggest splash. It's not just some vague idea you see, it's a really targeted strategy. And notice how each one of these is a direct hit on one of those problems we just talked about: quality, safety, and cost. So how do you inspect every inch of that 30-story building? Well, with this: computer vision. You have drones with high-res cameras that scan the entire surface, and then an AI analyzes all that footage, spotting hairline cracks or tiny imperfections the human eye could so easily miss. It's basically like having a superhero for quality control. And how do you solve that estimating problem? Simple. You teach an AI how to read blueprints. So instead of a person spending days and days manually calculating all the materials, an AI can do it in minutes, and with a level of precision that just eliminates the guesswork. The speed and the accuracy are completely transformed. Now, this all sounds incredibly cool, for sure. But is it good business? This is where the strategy goes from cool to truly brilliant. Let's look at the financial case. The financial plan here is crystal clear. C-Sharpe is looking at a maximum investment of around $1.3 million over 3 years. Okay, but look at the potential annual benefit. It's over double that, at $3.1 million. Yeah, that comes out to a potential 240% return on investment. This isn't just about getting new tech because it's shiny. This is a strategic financial move that promises to make the company way more efficient, more profitable, and a real leader in its market. So the plan is solid, and the numbers definitely work. But the final and maybe the most crucial question is, why C-Sharpe? Why is this the right company to actually pull this off? Why are they so uniquely built for this future? I absolutely love this idea. It just hits the nail on the head. You can't just drop high-tech tools on a team that doesn't have experience. AI in an industry like this has to be guided by deep, real-world knowledge. C-Sharpe's 42 years of experience isn't something they're leaving behind. No, it's the very foundation for their high-tech future.
And that experience, it's embedded in their people. A full quarter of their employees have been with the company for over 11 years. I mean, think about that. That is an incredible amount of collective knowledge. These are the experts who are going to train the AI, who will validate its findings and make sure it's being used correctly in the real world.
And here's the kicker, the crucial point. They aren't just hoping their team will adapt. They have already invested in the infrastructure to make it happen. By launching a new training system just this year, they've proven they're serious about bringing every single employee along for the ride. They are ready. And that just leaves us with this really fascinating final thought. We've seen how C-Sharpe is combining decades of grit with cutting-edge code to completely redefine their industry. And it proves that innovation isn't just for startups. So the real question isn't just about them, it's about everyone. If a company like this can so boldly build its future, who else out there is ready to do the same?